Yeah, I appreciate the con- condolences and the interest in my health, and I just want to say thanks. Thanks for being interested. Thanks for uh, and it's been a nice reception. The people have treated me extremely kindly. Questions?
Hey Les, what can you tell us about the quarterback situation right now after the offense kind of struggled again in Kendrick's first start?
Sorry, can you start over that question? We didn't have the sound.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Oh, okay. You should probably be able to hear me this time. Are we okay?
Yeah, you're great.
All right, awesome. Hey, what can you kind of tell us about the quarterback situation right now? Just the offense struggled again at West Virginia. That was Kendrick's first start. Just where are you guys at with that spot?
Jalen Daniels is probably um, a good week of work and see how he looks in the back end. So, not ready to say that he's ready to play. McVitie might get a series or two. Um, we'd like to see him again over a week before we make that decision. We are nicked up there at that position. There's no question. Miles Kendrick is healthy and capable, and it's interesting. He made about three or four um, quality reads that you then he has to execute, and we don't. He's going to be the kind of guy that will, in time, get it right, and so we look forward to the development that he has this week as we get ready to play for this in a rivalry game.
So, I mean, it seems like you might have to start Kendrick this week, or is that the plan? Or
It'd be Kendrick, um, Jalen Williams, or Jalen would be the other, and if in fact they came, he got healthy.
and then Thomas is just still kind of in the process of getting back healthy too.
Thomas is a maybe. Thomas is a maybe in a quality week of work, and if not this week, certainly next week.
Hey, kind of circling back to last week when you called Josh Ergel and informed him he was going to replace you. Just, I guess, what was that conversation like, and what led you to go with Ergel, and then what did you think of how he handled that situation?
Well, the Ergel was a quality guy that I'd known over time, and but that really wasn't the reason. I had to have a full hands on deck on defense and full hands on deck on offense, and I could make a change with a analyst that ended up benefiting us and did it in a legal way through our compliance department, and put him in the press box so that Dearman would have a good visual and a good suggestive guy that would be able to help him call plays and stay with him. So offensively and defensively, we were in good shape. Special teams, which you don't know, is Wallace is a new father, first-time father, and Wallace is our special teams coordinator, and he wasn't at the game. And so we had to get two analysts that put in that spot, and they did a great job. And if you look at how special teams responded on the day, they responded very well. And so there's the kind of where we're at. And I don't know if I answered your question there, but it was close.
I actually just wanted to follow up on one thing real quick that you just mentioned with your quarterbacks. When Thomas went down in week 1, did you guys know that he was going to be nicked up for a while, or is this a thing that maybe it surprised you a little bit that he still might be dealing with some of that.
Yeah, well, no, it's understanding that somebody gets a shoulder, you don't really know exactly how they're going to respond, the body. And sometimes it's another muscle group that gets sore and tight, and you can't, it's not even the point of contact on the injury. So we think that you know, that he'll probably be available this week, and certainly if not this week, next week.
Hey, what did you see out of Puka's kickoff return for a touchdown late in the game?
Wow. I thought that was just a great play. He makes a nice vision cut and then outruns the field. And when he got to the corner, you could kind of tell he looked back, and he could when he got the edge, they all had the edge on him, but when he eventually got the lead, that he knew that he was going to put it in the end zone, and that was really pretty cool to watch.
For you and the coaches, I mean, was there ever any debate about whether to use him on kickoffs, or when to use him, since he's such a vital part of the offense too?
Well, we needed to score, and the guy that would give us that opportunity on a must return basis could certainly be Puka.
And then, offensively, he hasn't really got it going quite yet this year. He's had so many big games in the past. What needs to happen for him to kind of turn a corner offensively and get some production there?
Well, we gotta block the line of scrimmage. There's wide receivers got to catch balls and back them up. If we catch balls and back them up, that it makes Puka's runs a lot more fun. So yeah.
Hey, Les, I got two questions. Number one, what did you think of the defense's performance, especially in those first three quarters? And then second of all, when you're almost halfway through your season, what more can you do with your O-line or changes you could make that gets them to improve?
That's it's not an easy thing. I think they're coached well. I think they're young at spots, and I think that they have ability to play. So I think we coach hard, keep coaching. I can remember the first year with Bill McCartney, and he would say, just put your head down and work. And that's what we did. And that's what we'll do here. And it's something that these guys will accept and enjoy. So the overall defense hit there was a lot of pass breakups. There was a lot of action around the ball. The first play, we enjoyed how that defense played, certainly in the first half. A serious number of positive things, fumbles, a penalty. There were some significant things that these guys were in position to make plays at the start of the game, really for almost a half.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you about Andrew Parchment. I guess how excited, if you were able to talk to him, how excited was he just to have a kind of his first maybe breakout game of the season, and how happy were you for him?
Well, I was certainly happy that he scored that on that post, took it right down the middle of the field, and I think he's a guy that finishes the season extremely well and is a strong contributor on the back end of the season. Andrew's a leader and is a guy that deserves some balls too.
What have you seen, I guess, out of him mindset wise as this year has gone on? Obviously there were a lot of high hopes for him coming into the year. How has he kind of handled everything?
Well, it's difficult, but there's still a season in front of us. It's still a serious number of games that we'll play in a significant fashion. including K-State, who's just up the road, just down the street, big rivalry. I think that he'll look at his participation for the rest of the season and see the opportunity that we have as a team and say, yeah, this is the place I need to be.
Les, what did you learn about this rivalry last year with K-State?
I can tell you that it's a quality football team that we're playing, and an opportunity for us to match a very quality football team and play to win. So I think that's kind of the opportunity that we have in front of us.
And what do you make of the job that Chris Kleiman has done so far with them?
I think he's done a great job. He's made an adjustment to that quarterback and made his responsible calls really work. He's executing a quality piece of football.
How important is it for you guys to be competitive with K-State whenever you look at kind of really getting those in-state recruits and the Kansas footprint?
Yeah, they know us and we know them, and this is just a rivalry that you can look in your backyard and see guys, and so this is a tremendously important piece. So
Hey, Les, when you're preparing during rivalry week, is there a different energy in practice, and what do you notice from your team, ahead of playing Kansas State?
There's a lot of energy when you take the field in a rivalry game. It's just I've been fortunate to be a part of some rivalries, and simply put, there's a higher level of energy, a group of guys that are committed, a lot of the player meetings, and our guys are looking forward to it. I'm sure that Chris is in that group they're going to be ready to play.
And then I'm sure you saw Marcus Harris have a pretty active game on Saturday. What are your expectations for him as he's, going to mature through this program?
I think he's just now scratching the surface of his abilities. He's quick, he's strong, fast, cat-like, and made some just great plays in that game.
Hey, Les, you mentioned the pass breakups at West Virginia. What were the defensive backs doing so well? I think in the first half especially, they were getting a lot of pass breakups.
Yeah, we used a mix of coverages, and certainly cover one was probably the most predominant, and the quarterback did not have a lot of time to throw early on in the game. So it kind of, the pass breakups kind of came in the fact that the quarterback knew too that he had to get rid of the ball.
And then Elijah Jones, I think, had 3 pass breakups, and Karan Prunty had 2. How are those corners coming along specifically?
Prunty is the youth of the position, and Elijah Jones is going to be a really good player for a long time. If he puts his head down, works hard, he'll be something special.
Hey, Coach, you've talked a lot about, these guys, they want to win, they want to be good. You like their character, all of those things that you've really enjoyed since you've been here. Outside of those things, what is it about this group, or what can you point to that has you optimistic about the rest of this season, but also, the future moving forward beyond that?
Well, this season we're not through with. A quality win against an opponent of significance puts you in a position that you really enjoy going to work and winning. And as long as you win you have the opportunity to enjoy that next week. So there's going to be opportunities for us to this year play in a significant game like the rivalry game as we go forward. And I think our guys will look forward to matching up against a real quality K-State team.
Hey, Les, going back to last year, after the last Kansas State game, a few Kansas State players talked about the motivation they got from a post-game speech from you that was shown on Miles to Go ahead of that game. I'm curious, looking back on that, are there any regrets about any of the way that stuff went down?
Yeah, and you know what? It's it's always how it was given, how it was presented, and I think it was a locker room being post game where we win and looking forward to playing a real quality team. So.
Hey, Les, you guys moved Lepetti to right tackle. What did you see of him, and when you went back on his film?
Certainly can improve, but he's going to be a decent player. I mean, he's youthful at this point.
Couple more questions for Coach.
Les, if you had to put your finger on what's been the issue on third down the last couple of games, what would you say it's been?
Well, the third downs are certainly the moving of the chains and the opportunity to keep the ball and how important that is. Our guys come up with a quality list of plays, and we're really kind of reviewing some of these down and distances and seeing that there can be change. And if in fact that's the case, then that we need to improve certainly in those third down calls.
Hey, did you think going into this season that you all would be more competitive in these early weeks? You mentioned, the importance of being competitive and, winning significant games. How do you feel about the progress and where you guys are right now?
Well, we're a young team who's got some really quality players and some veterans like Puka, and in a position to improve this year so that we can feel really good about going into next spring and next year. This is a young group of guys that haven't been in this position, and certainly looking forward to handling the rest of the season and really improving so that we can really look back and say that this was a season where we accomplished greatly.